Okay. It's 90 degrees. Y'all are probably like, what the hell is wrong with her today? Listen, you all, it's bittersweet for me. We got a new vehicle, and I like it and I don't. You know, it's bittersweet. It's my other. By the way, in case anybody is curious as to why I'm saying this, remember when I got pulled over by the cop and he put me down on my warning? Oh my god! It looked like there was a car next to me, and it's the damn mirror. I can't get used to this. And look, the doors just unlock. Okay, there. And I'm way too close to the steering wheel. And I don't know what's behind me. Okay, get it together. When the cop gave me a warning, and he was like, he put a 2026 Buick Enclave, and I was like, okay, he must have been manifesting that for me because my car is a 2019 Buick Encore. Or Encore. Encore, however you would like to pronounce it. Tomato, tomato. And we got a 2026 Buick Encore GX Sportage today. And I should be very happy about it. But like I said, it's bittersweet because in the other Buick, my mom would always ride in the passenger seat. And I feel like I left her in there, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But then my husband says, nope, she'll move into the new car. Don't worry. She'll come with you. And then my neighbor told me also, she was like, that's just an object. Your mother is with you everywhere you go. And I was like, okay, well, that makes me feel a lot better. But this is it, you all. This is it. This is the new, I think I'm too close. I don't know. This is a new one. It's got a big, I guess because it's at night right now, it's got this big old dashboard right now. I was finally able to start recording right now, but I have it on that. That's the only way I could start recording. And then this is the side, the seats. The back is way bigger. And so is the trunk. Here's the middle. There's my water that I always stop to drink, and the console, which I keep hitting with my elbow. And by the way, the seats are also manual. They're not electric, which sucks. Because on the other one, on my 2019, I was able to program it driver 1 and driver 2. Driver 1, I would just press the number 1 and it would set me where I already set it. You know, it would put me perfectly where I go near the steering wheel, the perfect height, everything. My mirrors would adjust to wherever I would set them. Driver number 2 was where my husband would like to set it, to where he didn't have to move anything either. Well, now we have to do it manually. It turns out that now a lot of the newer vehicles are going to be manual. They're not doing them electric anymore. Just found that out. Because remember I mentioned you all when we got the rental, it was what did I say it was? A 2024 Nissan Rogue. That was manual. You had to pump it to be lifted up. And now I have to pump this one to be lifted up. I'm a short person. I'm like 5'1" on a good day. And yeah, it's really hard for me to see over the dashboard. In fact, I'm sitting right here and this is what I see. I have to like literally lift myself up higher to be able to see higher like I want. And even then I just see the front of the car, you know, and I don't like that. I need to see the bottom because with the other car I tend to go over curbs a lot, and that's how I would scratch my rims. I don't want to do that with this one. This one has really pretty rims. And I'll put a better picture of it on the community post, you know. Right now it's got a temporary plate anyway. I don't know if y'all could find that my information out like that. Maybe I'll block it. Well, I can always like block it, right? Like whatever. Anyway, very interesting weekend this weekend. I don't even feel like I had a weekend. We went to San Antonio on Saturday to pick up my husband's truck. And then we came back. And he kind of reacted the same way I did with my car. Like, we were excited, but we're like, there was something holding us back. And, I mean, I think we're kind of like just, like a little worried, you know? And excited at the same time, if you know what I mean. But, yeah. We came right back. It took the whole day, though. We didn't get back till like 5:30, and it's because we took off about 7:30. Right after I dropped off my son at work. And so that happened, and then on Sunday we went to his sister's house to meet up with her and her husband and his parents, and his nephew was in town, and he was there with his wife and the kids and his niece who just moved down here from San Antonio. And yeah, we had a pretty good time and everything, but it just like, it was just different. It was different for the both of us. Like, we didn't really say much. And then on Monday, I went to go see my dad. We didn't get a chance to do it that Sunday, so I went to go see my dad on Monday, and then he took me to see my mom because I was telling him how I was missing my mom so much. Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before that. I don't know. I was overwhelmed with missing my mother, and he took me to go see her as well. And it made me feel better right away. Even though, like, I don't understand, and maybe this is something I need to talk to the counselor about. My mother is not there. It's just her body, right? It's just her shell. Her soul is in heaven. And like everybody says, she's with me everywhere I go. But I don't know what it is about going to the cemetery and actually talking to her. I feel like she's still there. I don't know. And it's, or maybe that's a place where she can meet me. I don't know. And it's weird because she can meet me anywhere. But I can't even just, I don't know. I don't know how to tell you all. And maybe once I go to counseling again, you know, I can talk to my counselor about that. And maybe she can make better sense of it to me. And then today, we went over to his parents because he and his dad, my husband and his dad, were going to help his nephew move a recliner and a television, and that my husband's dad was giving him. And I stayed there with the mom, and the mom, out of nowhere, she starts sharing all this personal stuff with me, and she's bawling her eyes out. And she's telling me a whole different story about the family that I never even suspected was going on. And I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically her older son, which is my husband's brother, my brother-in-law, told her that he didn't like her, that he did not love her, and that she ruined his life, that she ruined everything for him. And I was asking her, like, did you ask him, like, everything as in what? Like, what happened? Like, did you take his firstborn? You know, what happened there? And he doesn't have any children of his own, by the way. And he also went to prison And, uh-oh, did my phone turn off? No. He also went to prison, and all of that was fault of his own. Just like I say about my older son when he went into prison. That was all his fault. That was nothing to do with me. And, you know, but I can also relate because I remember feeling the same way about my mom because of everything that she put me through. I felt like I didn't love her, that she ruined my whole life for me. But now that I'm older and now that I've lost her, I've come to realize that, you know what, it was up to me. Everything was up to me. Of course, I realized that a little too late, but everything is up to me, and everything was up to him as well. Our decisions that we make. And his life didn't turn out too bad at all, unlike mine. But, like, I mean, he has a really good job in sales. He's making really good money. His wife is also, like, able to stay home. She takes care of the grandkids and her parents. But, you know, I don't know what's going on there. And apparently, the dad, her husband, isn't talking to him about it. Like, why are you saying this to your mother? Like, you need to stop. You need to get over whatever you're going through, and you need to stop or go get help, you know? One of my sister-in-laws, she thinks I don't like her, according to his mom. And I'm like, no. Like, I'm the type of person that if I don't like you, I will come out and say it. I don't like you, you know? Or you'll know it by my facial expression, or I just will not talk to you at all. You'll know it. But anytime she comes down, she lives in San Antonio also. Anytime she comes down to visit, her and I are always like chatter, you know, like we can't shut us up. So I'm like, why would she think that? Like, no. And then his mom thought that I had said that I didn't like her, that I had told her that I didn't like her. And I said, no. I'm saying that I would say that to somebody that I didn't like, but I've never said it to her, you know? And then apparently her husband is very rude to my mother-in-law, you know. And by the way, I did ask her if it was all right for me to call her mom and dad, because I've never asked, and I've never, like, knew if they were comfortable with that, or if I would be comfortable with that. But moving along, you know, she was telling me this, that he had told her, you know, let me back up. She had asked her daughter's husband if he could move a chair or something, or make room in the little patio area that they have, because, you know, dad wanted to barbecue, and so that they could all have dinner outside, you know. And the son-in-law, which I guess would be my brother-in-law, right? If she's my sister-in-law, he's my brother-in-law. I don't know. But apparently he told her, what do you think? That I come here just to start doing stuff for you? I'm not here to do stuff. And I mean, and then she bursted out into tears with me. And I was like, well, no, sir. You know, I was just sitting there like, no, sir. Like, ma'am, all you need to do is tell him, look, you're married to my daughter. I'm very happy that you're married to my daughter. I'm happy with you. I don't know what is going on with you, but we welcomed you into our home, and I'm not going to be spoken to like that. And furthermore, if you do not like me and you don't want to respect me, there's the door. Go look for a hotel. My daughter's my daughter, but I'm not going to be disrespected by her husband. You both can stay at a hotel if you feel that you cannot stand the sight of me. Period. And she's like, oh, but I'm not like that, and this and this and that. And I'm like, well, ma'am, you have to use wisdom. You cannot be a doormat. God does not want us to be a doormat either. We have to be courageous and be bold. It doesn't say be a doormat. Yes, he says if somebody does something to you, hits you on the cheek, turn the other cheek. But what he's saying is, forget about it. Okay, they hurt your feelings. Forget about it. Go on. He's not literally saying, oh, if somebody punches you in the face, let them punch you on the other side too. No. Like, and we were having a moment there. We were having a moment for a while, but then all of a sudden she brings up how she's Catholic. She's always been Catholic. Her children are Catholic. And then there's me. And I'm like, oh, here we go. And then I said, but ma'am, we all believe in the same God. It's the same God. He is my Father also. And then she's like, no. Your God is different from my God. And I'm like, I'm sorry, ma'am. How so? Because you're Catholic and I'm non-denominational? And she's like, yeah, Catholics are different. You're different. And I don't know what you all believe in your church. I don't know what you all practice. And I'm like, we believe in God. We believe in Jesus. And we believe in Holy Spirit. We believe in the Bible. We believe in what God says in the Bible. And we go by the Bible. Oh, well, like I said, that's your God and I have my God. And she's like, and I'm not going to argue with you about it. And I said, well, no, I'm not going to argue either. You know, I'll just let my actions speak. But no, I will not argue with you either. You know, but all I can say is it's the same God. And no, she insisted that it's not. So, you know, and I brought that up to my husband because I couldn't understand. I was dumbfounded because I was like, what does she mean by that? What exactly does that mean? Not the same God. You know? And he's like, it is the same God. And he even agreed to that. He was an altar boy. He was brought up Catholic, as the mother stated. You know, but I'm not sure why she believes that, why she thinks that way. I'm so confused about that. Very, very confused. And I mean, I've never heard of anybody tell me this before, that I have a different God. I know one time I had, where I used to live, there was a neighbor there that I recommended my church, and the son thought we sacrificed chickens and cows. And I'm like, no, you're way off. And he visited the church, and he finally like, oh, okay, I understand now. And he liked it. Of course, you know, they didn't stick around with it. But at least I planted that seed, you know. But with this situation over here, when she said that, I'm really confused. I don't know if anybody out there has ever experienced that or has ever been told that. I understand that Christianity is a very general and broad term because a lot of people that are in different religion backgrounds, they consider themselves Christian. However, I am non-denominational, and non-denominational is not a religion. Let me put that out there. It is a relationship. And I did try to explain it to her that way. However, she got offended. And she thought, I don't have a religion. I have a relationship. Even though she kept mentioning that her religion. But I was just trying to just cut through everything and just say look, it's a relationship. It's not a religion. But even like that, I could not get through her. I couldn't make her understand. And, you know, I'm not really offended. I'm trying to move myself up. I'm not really offended by what she said to me. I'm just, God, give me wisdom. How do I explain? Or maybe she's not ready. Or maybe she doesn't want to hear. Maybe she's comfortable where she's at. And good for her. I have met a lot of Catholics that I've even felt that have more faith than I do as a Christian. And I don't find anything wrong with it. If anything, I want to get to that place. However, I'm not willing to leave my faith to go back to being Catholic. I was born and raised Catholic. I wanted more, and I got more now. And I'm so happy where I'm at. But it is the same God. It is the same God that I pray to, and it is the same God that I have faith in. So I don't know if anybody's ever been faced with that. Let me know in the comments. I love you all, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye.